For the second time in 3 years, the Boston Celtics are headed to the NBA Finals after beating the Indiana Pacers 105-102 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals, completing a 4-game sweep. So for a look at Boston's potential finals matchups, we bring in sports columnist Chris Gasper. Chris, much has been made of Boston's relative easy path to the finals. Does their lack of top-tier opponents concern you?
It is a little bit of a concern, Shagun, because they've gotten into some of these close games, which that was one of the questions about the Celtics. Could they win close games? And they answered that emphatically in this Indiana series by winning 3 close games. However, when you get into the next series, we presume against most likely Dallas, but possibly Minnesota, the other team's also going to have their best players. It could lean on those guys down the stretch the same way the Celtics were able to lean on 2 all-NBA players in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
All eyes have been on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown during these playoffs, and it doesn't seem like the attention will ease up anytime soon. So how much pressure is going to be on the Jays to finally bring home a championship?
There's a ton of pressure on them, and I think you saw that a little bit in the celebration last night. It was obviously joyous, but it was also like a little bit muted. On the court, you could hear Al Horford go up to Jason Tatum and tap him on the chest and say 4 more. I think these guys know, particularly when you're dealing with an organization like the Celtics, that really defines success as one thing and one thing only, and that's a championship. That's all they hang banners for. And they've been in the Final Four of the NBA. This is the 5th time in 7 seasons. You mentioned it's the 2nd time in 3 seasons they've been in the finals. I think there's just a feeling, not only here, but across the league, that this is their time. This is their moment. And you don't want to squander that because you never know how many more of those opportunities you will get. And they've gotten quite a few here to be in the Final Four. You never know if there's something unfortunate like an injury or a health issue, or even what happened a few years ago with a coaching change. You just don't know if you're going to have the same dynamic and the same group. So you want to take advantage of it. The team has won 7 straight playoff games. They're 12-2 in the playoffs. They look like a total buzzsaw. I think there's a feeling if they don't win it this year, then when would they win it?
Chris, finally, it was a sad day for the Celtics faithful as Bill Walton passed away Monday from his fight with cancer. As someone who grew up in the area and probably loved that '86 team, what are some of your favorite memories from the Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I did love that '86 team, Shagun. I was young, but I do remember it. Some of my favorite memories of Bill Walton, one, he loved being a Celtic. There was no question about that. And the Celtics already at that point had the big 3 front court with Larry Bird, Robert Parrish at center, Kevin McHale. But Walton ends up winning 6th Man of the Year in the 85-86 team, which, for my money, is the greatest team in NBA history. Bulls fans certainly can have an argument, Golden State Warriors fans as well. And if you were around and you watching 2 of the, I think, best basketball operators in the history of the game, up there with a guy like Magic Johnson and Bird and Bill Walton run the pick and roll. I mean, it was, I know Jaylen Brown said of the pass Jason Tatum made in Game 3, hang it in the Louvre. It was a work of art to watch Walton and Bird run the pick and roll. It was just incredible to see 2 players with that feel, that skill level, that basketball IQ, and he fit right in. He loved being a Celtic.
A legend on 2 coasts. Bill Walton will be severely missed. Sports columnist and host of Boston Globe Today Sports, Chris Gasper, thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
For daily access to Boston Globe Today, all segments and episodes are available on demand in the Boston Globe app by clicking Watch.